From the heart of Kansas City, we bring Buck and Bob take on Chiefs Kingdom. I'm Bob,
I'm Buck. We're not fancy analysts.
but we have just as many bad takes. Woo, what's up, Buck?
Nothing, man. I'm having a great weekend after a not so great Friday day. I fell off a ladder and I'm kind of sore, but in good spirits. Didn't hurt anything seriously. Don't have any black eyes.
Well, I had a great Friday thanks to HD Chiefs fan in the chat. He gave us tickets. It was supposed to be me and Buck, but me and Mel ended up going because Buck. I don't know
Last minute.
I don't think you want me to say anything.
Oh, just last minute family issue.
Yeah, Buck was
But I
able to see
definitely-
his kids at a different time, and it was either go to the game or see his kids. And you know what he chose. So
Yeah.
what Eddie Dad would do, but he'll get to go to another one sometime, hopefully. So, but yeah, I got to go to the game. It was freaking awesome.
And Mel
was-
got to go. That's cool too.
Yeah. I hadn't been to a preseason game in a long time, and somebody told me that like the tailgating wasn't very much, and we got there, and I was like, yeah, you were wrong.
Was it
You
in
were
full force?
so wrong. Oh man, it was nuts. Although everybody went into the game earlier than I'm used to. Like everybody was like
Really?
putting down their tents like a good hour before, when usually it feels like it's half an hour before.
Well, I think a lot of people were worried. I mean, they wanted to see Mahomes and Kelsey. They wanted to see this O-line. They wanted to see the first team, and they knew that it was going to happen. But I don't think anybody actually believed it was going to be the full first quarter. I mean, there were some people that could believe it, but I was a serious doubter. I was quite blown away by that. Glad nobody got hurt.
Yep. Well, also huge, we have our first YouTube member. We just turned on memberships right now. The only thing planned is, we're going to do a members only live stream, but I have some plans for members only videos. I know I am going to, when we interviewed Cole from How About Those Chiefs, we ended up talking to him about his try at getting into the rap industry and the music industry.
And he was pretty good, by the way.
Yeah, and he was really good, actually.
He was
And
really good.
he actually talked me out of, like, when we were doing the interview, he talked me out of posting it with the interview, like in the same little interview, because he talked about how the reason he never talks about it is because why do the fans of his pod or his channel care? He was like, probably not. So I was like, well, ours might not care either, but members might. So, and you don't get dinged for a bad video if people don't watch it, if it's members only. So
It's still
it doesn't hurt you, the algorithm.
It's still pretty good. I mean,
It's great. I thought it was great.
It's really, it was a great interview, man. He was awesome to talk to.
Yeah. I thought it was great also. But yeah, thank you for the membership.
Thank you, HD.
And HD also gifted one to our boy Brian.
Brian,
Good
Sweet.
deal.
He
Thank you
keep us
guys.
laughing in there too.
Yeah, so anybody else want to get a membership? The more we have, the more we can do. I'm hoping that we can get enough to where we can maybe start giving away stuff at the member streams, like the cool kids, Cole and all chiefed up.
Yeah.
But all right, so first off, let's just hit chat, because I saw this too, and not even with just Mahomes. I mean, dude, they're
Oladokin.
tossing it down
Oh my God.
to
I can't-
Holiday.
Yeah, and he made the catch, and it was not the perfect throw. It was in the right spot. Thankfully, it was a little bit deep as opposed to shallow, because Holiday had his guy beat. And to make that catch, woo, he's fighting for a spot, baby. That
Yeah.
was awesome.
Well, and I told everybody that I thought that the starters were going to play 2 quarters. I really did, and I think they would have had we not completely dominated them 17-0 in 1 quarter. I think we would have played 2 quarters, but Andy was just at that point was like, nope,
Yeah.
We're all good. We're hitting on all cylinders. We're good. We're good. We're good.
Car's all tuned up. She's ready to race. We're good.
So, yeah, I didn't see, dude. And then everything we've been complaining about throughout the entire game, I saw great things of everything we've complained about. Quarterback pressure from the defensive line. I saw that. Awesome. Problems with huge gaps in the run game. I saw stops there. I mean, it was like we were doing great. I mean, if we're talking about the first quarter, like we're talking about the starters, and really even the second quarter, I mean, it was completely fine. I mean, you're going to give up running yards, but
it may not.
You're going to give up yards. Like the game's made for offense. You know what I mean?
Guess in the first quarter, I think they only had one offensive drive. The Bears did, and that one was 3 and out. Like I was keeping notes on almost every play for the first quarter.
Did they only have? Yeah. Did they only have one?
I
drive. I thought they had 2.
I didn't separate my notes by quarter. I only did by half, which was kind of stupid. I also didn't write down the score at the end of each quarter, which I should have. So I'll learn on that one. But
so they had 2 in the.
They did. Okay.
They had 2. They punted twice in the first quarter. Looking at the possession here on the stat sheet. Okay. They had 2 possessions in the first, 2 possessions in the third. Now they could have, or in the second, 2 in the third, 3 in the fourth. It could have, one of the possessions could have, rolled over. It's possible too. I'm not looking at the time here.
Stanley Mooney's clocking in. Was it Trey Smith that leveled someone on a scramble?
He did.
No, it wasn't. He didn't level someone on a scramble. He leveled 2 guys on that scramble. Yeah,
Pancakes.
And that was absolutely awesome,
Pancakes.
Man. He's like, y'all want to pay me? Let me show you something. He handed his beer to Josh Simmons and went and blocked two guys after he was done blocking his guy, I believe.
Well, I heard, who was it? It was Matthew from from Sports Illustrated, but he does a show with KCSN with Trevor. Matt Vetterlein was saying in his show last week that he thought Charles Menahue was playing lazy last week, and he might have been right. Like he might have been right about him playing lazy last week. I didn't see it, but Matt's pretty smart with these things, but he definitely wasn't playing lazy last night at all. Like he was playing lights out. Dude, freaking gosh, I have so many things. What got 97 Gelati looked great, dude,
especially in the second half.
Dude,
there was
he was going through smacking people. Woo.
Where was it here? Okay, so there was 2 times in the second half where we had a defensive player come up with a badass play, and then I think they both committed a penalty on the very next play, and then on the very next play came back with another badass play, and Gelati was one of them. He had, let's see, where was it here? Fulton. Nope. No, it wasn't. Nope. It was Fulton and Elijah Mitchell, and so I guess
Fulton looked great too. I mean, dude, all the rookies looked great. Like, I mean, although I did, we're turning out to be right about all the rookies. We said they all looked like they were going to be contributing factors, on both sides of the ball. And the only one that we're kind of like maybe not right about at the moment is Omar, and Omar Norman Lott's been. His ankle's been hurt since the start of camp, so it's really hard to judge him, But Brian asks, "No, go no."
I was just gonna say, especially with they were getting pressure last night. So was Omar even playing?
I don't remember seeing him.
I had to pause the game several times because my 5-year-old was less than tired when she should have been, so I had to keep going in there, and so that the game kind of broke up, but I kept notes on everything. But I don't remember seeing Lott at the beginning. I think I was so excited at how everybody else was playing. I mean, especially in that first quarter, that very first defensive series, 3 and out.
Yep.
That
Yeah,
was-
he did not play. Yeah, he was out.
And
But-
I was gonna. I mean, even if he doesn't get a lot of pressure, if the rest of the defensive, if Karlaftis and Amenahue and Jones are all performing, and Lott is just the guy to kind of anchor the whole thing, kind of like Wharton was last season, we probably won't hear his name a whole lot. But I mean, if the rest of the defensive line is performing that way, they can't do that as a 3-man team. They can't run that defense with a 3-man front. So that fourth guy has to just be good. He doesn't have to be great. He's just got to be good.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to see things from Lott. I think he just needs to. I think he needs to heal up. If we're talking about an ankle, I mean that's going to stop. Like an ankle is just going to be one of the worst things a defensive lineman or an offensive lineman is going to have to deal with. You know what I mean? But Brian asked about Pacheco. Dude, that faceplant was rough. Did you see that? Where Pacheco ran out like close to the goal line and he couldn't stop and he just face planted right into the wall.
Into the wall. Oh yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
That
He
looked
got
like
right
it
up.
hurt. He got
popped
right up.
He popped
But
up.
It was an awkward like face
Yeah.
plant. Like I
Yeah.
don't know how to
Oh,
explain it. Like it's like you see somebody do that at school and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
ow,
Oh. I don't like that guy, but still, ow. No, not saying I don't like Pacheco. I love Pacheco.
We got Aladar here. Aladar, the Bears fan. Pretty happy, I'm sure, that they came back, showed tenacity, dude. I mean, I'm happy
well-deserved
for
win.
Bears fans. Yeah, I'm happy for them. Like it looks like they're going to be, they've dealt with not being great for a long time. Just like we
great.
did before.
Not being anywhere as close to great. Yeah.
But yeah, they're a good franchise,
Joe
a
Thuney
storied
went there.
franchise.
And I even made a note about this. They had a nice little tribute to Thuney. I think it was the end of the first half. That was really nice, man.
Well,
We
and
did appreciate what he did here.
Trey interviewed on the sideline and said that they were heckling him a little bit too, which is what guys do, man. Like if your friends aren't making fun of you and heckling you, they're probably not really your friends.
Yeah, they're acquaintances.
Yeah, they're acquaintances. Like, and now I'm talking about dudes. Like, I can't speak for ladies. Like, I don't know, like how that
Tend
works.
to think it's a little different. But
Yeah, I think the cool ladies. I don't know. It always seems like they're giving shit too. But like I've had a lot of friends that are girls, and they give it just as good as we do. But those are more. I don't know if that's all women conversations. I'm just gonna be quiet before I get canceled.
But I mean, Pacheco was good last night. I mean, other than the face plant, he was running hard.
Still
wasn't breaking tackles, but he was dragging 3 or 4 guys
He
with
was
him.
dragging people, and
that's
Elijah
fine.
Mitchell showed out all of a sudden out of nowhere. He hasn't really been doing much in camp or in preseason so far, but he sure did pretty well this game. I don't even know what was his actual ending stats. We had Pacheco with a 7-yard average, Mahomes with that 18-yard run. It's like, Mahomes, chill out.
Did he look faster than he's looked in the past to you? Because that's the one thing I noticed. I'm like, oh my God, I think he's a little bit faster than he was. Maybe
He's
it's 'cause
always been deceptively fast, I think.
Yeah, but that's more like stop and go and ankle breaking type stuff. Like he was hauling downfield, and then I love that he didn't even like wait to the last second to go down too. Like he just went down. You guys don't even have a chance to hit me here. There's no need to get that extra yard.
Yep.
What did Stanley say here? Veach nailed another draft. What other team can say they can start their entire draft class and be great?
Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. They were even showing the draft where we got McDuffie during the game, and I think this draft's going to turn out to be historically better. I mean, this draft, everybody called us crazy. Brian, you were guilty of calling us crazy and saying, yeah, everybody's big on draft picks, at the start. And I was telling you.
Which is true. It's true.
It's true for a lot of people, but it's not been true for us over the years. And we don't, we only have receipts from last year. All we can do is tell you what we told our buddies and stuff. Maybe you can find old Facebook posts and stuff where we talked about stuff, but either way, we don't have receipts for it. But we were so big on it, and we were like, are we just crazy? Like, we were asking ourselves, are we, maybe, we're like doing so much research now, like maybe that's got our brains working wrong, but no, they're just good. They're just good. And yeah. Ooh. Oh, and the legends in the house here.
What's up, Cole?
Thanks for dropping in and saying hi, Cole. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We were just talking about you, actually, with your rap career. I was bummed that I didn't put that in our interview with you because you actually talked me out of it while we were talking to you. While you have said that you don't talk about it, you haven't talked about it because are your fans really going to be into it? And so I was like, you know what? I've still got that, and it was a good conversation. So I was like, we just started members only stuff. So I was like, I'll put it out as a members only video, and if it doesn't get a lot of views, it doesn't dig the channel. So some people are going to at least get to see that. So I'm pretty happy about that because I was bummed to take it out, but you were right. You gave good advice on it, and that's one of our biggest videos ever with you in it. So I think we chose right, but I still want people to be able to see that if they want to. But thank you for stopping in, Cole.
We appreciate you.
Oh, shout out to an old WoW watcher back when I was a WoW Classic streamer to Villain. Great to see you too. Yeah, it's another little trivia thing about Cole. Cole wanted to do a gaming channel. But he was smart. He did the Chiefs.
Yeah,
his main passion.
Yeah.
Gaming, it's just, you have to keep, unless you do all games, which is an extremely hard market to jump into, then you do a niche and you do one or two games and then that game falls out of popularity. So does your podcast. So does your channel. You know what I mean? What else we got here?
Brian says draft picks get 3 years because they are cheap. Look at Sky Moore. I am looking at him all the way in San Francisco. Hello.
Yep. Although, man, All Chiefed Up mentioned something about this, and I have to agree with them completely. They mentioned it in their latest podcast, but they talked about the Chiefs sending out a tweet thanking Sky Moore. And the comments, I went and looked at them too. The comments were brutal. Like Chiefs fans need to like this dude's a person. Talk about his play on the field, but there was some disgusting things said, and it was just like that's not needed. We make fun, but we also point out that he could be good in another system, and we wish him luck. He still played his heart out for us. It was just kind of gross to see that. And and they made a good point. Is that going to make free agents want to come to us? Is that going to make coming to the Chiefs enticing? I know winning makes it enticing, but you got to think about it. It is something, people go into the Eagles, that's a tough town.
Yeah. Absolutely.
There's people who have probably been like, I'll go here instead because the freaking Eagles fans are absolutely nuts, and I don't want the Chiefs fans to be like that. It was kind of a bummer.
It's a bad look.
And then Chief concerns with Jason Dunn. He put his heart out there, dude. On one of his latest podcasts, he was talking about the Sky Moore stuff, and he just put his whole heart out there and told a story that really just moved me and really like he talked about how he got injured. He came out the gate, and like after getting drafted, was just doing great, and then got hurt, and then he eventually, got let go from the Eagles, and he thought about, is it worth it? He thought about maybe you should just end it. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and I was just like, damn, dude. And like, it was heavy, and he talked about, coming back, and he just wanted to remind everybody, these are people too. These aren't just players. These aren't just, pieces on the board. They are people, and it was just, yeah. So I hope Sky Moore has success. I really do. I wish him luck. And like I said in our video, our short one, we made fun of him, but I said thank you for your service, but it's time to go, So hopefully he has some success, because it's obvious he's a good person and a hard worker.
Ooh, you said obvious.
Yeah, that's a proper,
a heavy word to use.
It's a proper use of the word.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just, I don't know.
Not arguable.
Yeah, I just don't like obvious being used when you're making a guide video or a video trying to educate people, and you say obviously. It's like, well, people are coming to your channel to learn. You should probably explain a little bit. Why is it obvious? Like, red is red. That's obvious. You know what I mean? Like, as long as you're educated in what the color red is, or unless you're colorblind. But there are things that are obvious, and then there are things that are obvious to you and to people as educated as you. And that's where I have the problem with the word.
I get it.
Mahomes has directed traffic out there. Yeah, dude. Mahomes has killed it, dude. Mahomes has killed it.
He looked so comfortable. He looked like mid-season form.
Mm-hmm.
And he got time to do that most of the time. And his scrambling, I even think his scrambling is better than it was last year. It's like he's back, like playing schoolyard football again.
Oh, also, I wanted to see here. Yeah, so Kingsley looked good, right?
I mean, yeah, it's hard to say who it was breaking down on the few times that Mahomes did get pressure quick. Maybe it was just a really good defensive scheme on that play. It's hard. It's really hard to diagnose.
Yeah,
I'd
have to go back and watch all. Yeah. I'd have to watch all 22, which I think I'm going to try and invest in, because it is really nice to be able to go back and just look at that rather than just having,
the camera that the
camera that's on the channel. Yeah.
Because it's usually in on the quarterback. It's hard to see what's going on the line, especially if he's dropping back. So
yeah, and
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it'd be specifically for that type of stuff, or to see what corners broke coverage in the backfield. As far as offensive players, we usually could see that because they do replays, they do everything else. So we could usually see that.
Speaking of camera work, and I don't know if you caught this, but I was paying close attention to this, was your problem specifically with the first 2 weeks and how they weren't going back and showing us replays. And I think they did a pretty damn good job of that last night.
I was going to bring that up with all of a sudden. It's all because I made a video about it. The NFL was like, oh, shoot, Buck and Bob said something about this. Cat's out of the bag. All right, everybody back to showing replays. They know the power of the Buck and the Bob.
And if we're talking about off the field stuff, another virtual mess up last night. Can we just be done with this? I mean, like you said last week, we thought that this was going to show us exactly how far the ball progressed. Like there's a chip in the ball that allows them to see that, and that would have been awesome. But that's not what we're getting. We're getting wherever they place the ball is. They're just doing it virtually. It saves us 45 seconds.
Yeah, all it is trying to eliminate the chain gang is all it is. I thought it was going to let us see, Yeah, I thought it was going to let us see like quarterback sneaks. Did they actually make it? Type of
Yeah.
deal. And I think a lot of people thought that.
And at this point, it's taken more time to go through
It's
the
been
whole thing
hilarious.
where they're like talking about it. They're like, "What's going on up there?" And the guy's like, and it's just, and then they finally are like, well, the virtual system is down, so we're going to bring out the chain gang.
Yep.
You could have, like,
Which I'm curious.
They're still there.
I'm curious if this is happening in all the other games because I don't watch like a ton of other games. Like usually, during the season, I'm watching what's it called? The one that shows all the scores.
Red Zone.
Yeah, that's usually what I'm watching. So I haven't watched a ton of the preseason games of other teams, so I'm just curious if they were having the same difficulties with the ball spotting.
Or if there's some Raiders fan out there that's a hacker and he's hacking into the system and only messing with the Chiefs.
Oh, what is this?
Well, it's a random Brian comment about Andy Heck. He did. This isn't even bad. He said, "Thank you, Andy Heck."
What the heck?
We're gonna let him know that you said thank you, and I'm sure he'll be appreciative.
Oh man, yeah. I just think the line play was great. I think I was pretty happy with like the starters. The starters. I was pretty happy with that defensive line. I was pretty happy with most that played. Through the first 3 quarters, like you saw pressure going. I'm not extremely. I'm pretty sure. Like I'll just say I don't know how good the Bears line is. I'm pretty sure it's not very good. Their offensive line, like they have Tooney, I think, and that's their best offensive lineman, and that's why they got him to kind of help the young guys progress up. I think they got him to kind of hold that down.
This is a good point here. Stanley says this was a Bears team that put it on the Bills. I know all the Bills starters didn't play, but I bet most did. But still, they're significant. They're not just a wet blanket in the NFL anymore. They're getting better.
And that's the thing about the Bills. I'll tell you the one starter that didn't play, and just the whole point was for him not to play the entire preseason, and that's Josh Allen. And Josh Allen, I mean, honestly, dude, look at last year. They don't make the playoffs with,
A different quarterback.
Well, there's some. They don't make the playoffs with like 25 of the quarterbacks in the league last year. They could probably make it with Lamar Jackson, probably make it with Mahomes, probably make it with Burrow. But like, I'm just saying we don't make the Super Bowl with any other quarterback besides Mahomes, right? I don't even Josh Allen, but I think the Bills could have made the playoffs with.
I don't agree with you. I think Josh Allen would have taken
just a handful.
Team.
Huh? I don't think so.
You don't think so? I think Josh Allen is.
I mean, I think he's the only one that would have had a chance. Like him. Well, I think he's one of the like 2 that would have had a chance. And I don't think Joe Burrow could have even done it because Joe Burrow couldn't have handled that line breaking down. So
yeah, and I feel like
I think no other quarterback takes
really benefits from that star wide receiver, or maybe even his 2 top wide receivers, and he wouldn't have had that kind of that firepower in Kansas City. Mahomes makes that work. But I think Allen would have definitely at least got to the championship game with this team. I really do.
I think said Super Bowl. I didn't say championship team. Okay. I said Super Bowl.
That's so hard to say, man, because I think if Mahomes doesn't exist, then Josh Allen already has a couple Super Bowl appearances. Mm-hmm. So if Mahomes didn't exist
I agree with
Josh
that.
Allen was on this team, I don't think he would have that stigma.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, we had nothing at wide receiver. Nothing. We had, we had a running back off the couch.
I wouldn't call Xavier Worthy nothing.
Yeah, I mean, but that was it. I mean, we had everybody was hurt, like Hollywood, Rice. Our our line was like, I mean,
Or
it
at
was
least 1/5 of the line was,
yeah, but I mean,
but it was the important one.
yeah. So yeah, no, and then when we changed it, it was just kind of like a Band-Aid with Tootie over there. So yeah, I don't think, but I was saying Josh Allen doesn't have a lot of talent around him like he did when he was young. And I don't know what are all of their offseason moves? Did they get him any more help? I'm not even sure. See, that's the type of thing we'll like research before we play the Bills. I mean, that's why we can't keep up with everybody. It's just the way it is. Like, we know a lot about the Chiefs, and we'll know a lot more about every team the Chiefs play the week prior to playing them.
Oh, Brian's in a mood today. Thank you, Sky and Kadarius and MVS and Zappy and Greg Hill and Scott Pioli and Carl Peterson.
Dude,
we got a lot of people to tell that you said thank you to.
Scott Pioli, I mean, that was a smart play by Hunt. Like, when he first, that was one of his first things when Clark took over. He was the hottest guy coming out of the Patriots organization, and he just completely stumbled when he came here, didn't he?
Well, I mean, he made one really big mistake, and that mistake, I mean, killed his time here. Hiring
Todd
Haley, yeah.
But yeah, what other takeaways did you have? Because, man, there's just so much good to talk about this week as opposed to last week. So much bad to talk about. It's almost like they had a game plan this week.
Yeah, I mean, even with the backups, they were following the game plan and still being successful-ish.
Yeah, the deep ball. Dude, Thornton's making the team, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's nuts.
Brownlee is making a strong case. He had another really good catch.
He's making a strong case. Dude, it sucks because I don't think we're going to be taking him, and I think he's going to get poached.
We'll lose him, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's going to – I don't think he makes it through waivers.
Although, I will say Remigio didn't do anything extraordinary whatsoever in the return game last night. Now, he didn't he have a catch? Or no, he had a target, and I think it got taken away by penalty. Or the guy blocked it, knocked it down, and then they got the penalty. The Chiefs did, so.
That is a good point. That is a really good point.
And there's so many of these guys. I mean, they've had Thornton return. We've seen that in preseason. So they've got a lot of options there.
Yeah. Rashard Smith didn't do great with his 2 carries. But no. I don't think that matters. He had two carries for 1 yard. But I really don't think I think he's a lock. I think he's a lock. Did you notice we didn't try really any screens tonight?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
actually, it was that's very
odd. Yeah, I was expecting to see. We tried one and it got blown up. I remember one for sure. We tried it got blown up quick, but I mean it's pretty par for the course with Andy with the screens. So that was kind of weird. Now, we did do wide receiver screens, a couple of them, but I don't really – people call that a wide receiver screen. I don't really think of it as a screen. Like, it's not as the same type of setup. It's like, your line's not getting all the way out there right off the bat, I don't know. It was definitely weird that we didn't see that.
I don't even remember writing this. But after the third offensive drive, where we ended with that touchdown pass to Rice, I wrote, "Uh-oh, NFL."
Oh, yeah, dude. The Rice thing. I wish he would be suspended to start the year so we could take an extra person. Also, I really hope they could talk Tanyan. Just be like, Tanyan, please, just go to the practice squad. you don't have to clear waivers. I promise you, someone will be hurt, and if not, Rasheed will be suspended by week 4 or 5. So you're coming back. He was like, promise you, you're the first one coming back as soon as an offensive player gets hurt. Like, because then we could stash him there, but he'd have to be willing to do that. And I mean, he's showed out. Like, other teams might, like, probably have a lot of interest in him now
You're in that
because
position,
of that.
and you know that you could go probably play as a second string, maybe even start on a couple of different teams, but the Chiefs ask you to do that. Would you take that? For me, it depends on how old I am.
And there's so many things that depend on it. Because is the reason that he's having success because he's like, oh, I'm finally with a, coach and offensive coordinator that are properly using me after a couple years of being on a team that's not properly using me? Do I really want to go to another team, have to figure all that out after I've done all this work through training camp? Like, there's a lot to consider there, and it's hard to know without knowing him and without knowing his full story and everything else,
Yeah, for me, I can only speak on how I would have handled it. And so if I was a young guy in my early 20s, there's no way. I'd be like, yeah, you're going to put me on the practice squad? No, I could play. I could go suit up on Sundays, and I will get into games every week. But in my mid-30s, I definitely would have considered that. I mean, especially if this is your best chance to really get
a Super Bowl and everything else, what I mean?
And get that experience. So,
yeah, what teams are actually going to want him, Also, I don't know.
The Browns.
I don't know what he's earned in his career, too. Like, is he set financially? Like, that's always a big thing in player choices that people don't think about. If they've already gotten paid, like, they might just be okay. Like Kareem Hunt, if he hadn't already made a good amount of money in his career, I don't know that he signs with us this year to be at the vet min. Like, and honestly, I think he's signed with us with bigger offers from other teams.
You think?
Oh, I think so. That's what it was a good point. Michael Darcy, who we had on the show last week, Michael Darcy had a video with a guy, I forget the guy's name, but the guy made a real good point. He made the point that he thinks that the Chiefs didn't even think they were going to be able to get Hunt. They didn't think Hunt was going to come, and that's why we signed Elijah Mitchell, is because they didn't think they were going to get Kareem. And that was something that hadn't occurred to me, and it made so much sense thinking about it. I was like, yeah, like there were a bunch of teams looking at him, and we don't know if he was offered anything, but I'm pretty sure he's probably offered like $4 million from, somewhere around there from other teams, and he ended up taking 1.5 from us. I think it was 1.5. I could be wrong on that, but he took a very small deal from us, and I think they just might not have thought that was going to happen.
It's not your typical case, though. I mean, if the guy's name is not Kareem Hunt and have the history with Kansas City that he did, and another player is in that situation, I don't think that most of them would take that pay cut to come to Kansas City.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's an extreme situation.
Well, and that's why I think the Chiefs I think he's right. I think the Chiefs probably thought that Kareem wasn't going to come back there. They thought he was going to take the more money. This is complete speculation, but
yeah,
I think it's very possible.
I could definitely pick up on that. Yeah, they probably didn't think he would. If he was getting, and they knew they couldn't offer him what the other teams were, or they wouldn't.
Yep, and Stanley Mooney's saying something that I've been saying since the start. I actually mentioned it way back when I guested on All Chiefed Up's channel, which I even said it like 3 weeks before they aired it, because like we recorded it like 3 weeks prior to when they actually put it out. So I've been saying this for a long time, but here he corrected it, but yeah, sorry, not just a running back. It's exactly what I said. Like they're considering him kind of as a wide receiver too, which is also why they could possibly take a lot of running backs, more than they normally take. And that was my whole point on that. But yeah, this is so true right here. You want to read it?
Yeah, HD Chiefs fan says this has to be one of the most difficult years for cut decisions. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of really good talent that's not going to make this team.
And I think there's a lot of people that are going to get poached off of waivers, whereas before people loved Justin Ross, but he wasn't going to get poached. Now Brownlee goes on waivers. I think he gets poached. Elijah Badger, I thought he was going to get to that level, but I don't think he does.
No,
Holiday might, just because of special teams plays. He's done.
And that catch last night won't hurt him.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the long catch, but like he's a wide receiver that's been showing out on special teams tackles and things of that nature. I'm not talking about like returns. I'm talking about he's been tackling really well.
Yeah.
Now this was funny.
Brian, we could just put everyone we want to keep on IR and fake injury. Yeah, I think that's legit.
I don't think it works like that. I'm pretty sure we put
some
people
of those guys...
on IR right now. I think. Wait, how does that work? Because we put FAU on IR and he's out. It's not like he can come back. I think they have to declare him on the 53 first, then put him on the IR if they want to come back, like in the 4 weeks or whatever it is. Anybody listen to this later or in chat or anybody, if you know, let us know on that, because that was the big deal. They put FAU on injured reserve and he can't come back. It's not the like weird, like he could come back in this amount of weeks. So I don't know why that's the case. Like Hollywood Brown got injured in the preseason last year, but he was allowed to come back during the year. So I need to know. Now I'm going to need to research that.
Yeah, wasn't that
weird.
The first play of the first preseason game?
Yeah, the first play of the first preseason game.
God, man, horrible luck.
Yeah, so why is FAU... Is there a certain amount of slots that you could put? Oh, I bet you that's it. I bet you that's it. I bet you that's it. I bet you there's a IR...
like a limit to how many guys you can put on IR?
A limit to how many guys, different types of injured reserve in the NFL. You guys are going to learn with us. Okay. So, yeah, there's injured reserve.
That's a good point, Stanley. I'm going to bring that up here in a minute when we're done talking about this.
Designation for football-related injuries. Requiring the player to miss a minimum of 4 games, but allowing them to return later in the season with special designation. Other related designations include PUP, physically unable to perform, then be moved to reserve list, and non-football. I'm so confused. Yeah, because they're like... There's different types of injured reserves, like, so is it the PUP list? All right, I'm gonna have to like deep dive into this now. I'm not gonna do it on the show because it'll be too much. But I'm gonna need a deep dive into this because I want to know why. Because everybody said it on ESPN and everything. He can't come, like FAU can't come back. But I want to know why FAU can't come back, but Hollywood could. Like there must be a different designation
for the different lists.
Yeah, I think it's, and I bet you could only have a certain amount of people on the small injured reserve list. Just like in fantasy, you can only have a certain amount of people on injured reserve at a time, right? Because they're trying to stop people from stashing players.
Was that an original
That was
rule?
A great question, Brian, and one I'm going to, You know, it's like when I was in IAT. I'm not going to bullshit you and say that I know the answer. I'm going to go find out for you. It's a good question. I don't know, but I will find out.
All right. So you were talking about when they signed Elijah Mitchell. Stanley brought up a good point here. He said the day after Worthy arrest, knowing we already had the suspensions with Rice to deal with, that's when we signed the running back from San Francisco as a panic mode signing.
Oh, you think?
I think I remember that now that he says that.
But why a running back with the scare at wide receivers?
I don't know. Just another guy?
Because it turned him into a pounding one? I don't know. I feel like it just was a happenstance.
Isn't he the guy that's got the 96% chance of being re-injured?
Mm-hmm.
So you turn him into a pounding guy?
I just thought you meant like maybe we shift the offense to more of a pounding, like with multiple running backs. Like we switch more to like a Harbaugh offense because we have nobody to throw it to type of deal.
That would have sucked to watch.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I think they just probably had no idea they were going to get Brashard Smith also, and he could have been possibly that guy, that was going to be that, passing game running back, like, the McKinnon was before him, and before McKinnon, Williams, and before that for Andy McCoy, and before that Westbrook, and before, you know what I mean? Like Andy loves those guys that those get passes from the flat. Yeah. Yep. It's like he doesn't even like normally running backs that can't catch. Like, he doesn't even want to play them, which I kind of get. I mean, like he wants that's what makes his dual threat run. Cut-down day is Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday. Isn't it like 3
p.m., I think.
3 p.m.?
3 p.m. Okay. Central Time, I believe. I could be wrong.
11 a.m. But I could.
Now you're gonna make me Google. NFL.
I just pulled that time out of my ass just to make you look it up.
Deadline. 4 p.m. Eastern Time. 3 p.m. Central. I'm good. I don't know where somebody else told me. Oh, it was because Matt Derrick tweeted out his 53-man roster. And that's how I saw it. Okay, that's how I know it. See, I try to give everybody credit, like we're all creators together.
Hallelujah, brother.
But I didn't fact check him, but I think Matt Derrick's usually fact checking himself.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but I'm gonna get into that injured reserve stuff and just see what
Jedi says. I think Chiefs can have 2 or 3 go to IR and be eligible to come back.
2. Yep. Okay. I just in this search I just found it as the extra information. So injured reserve you can have. Yeah, if you can have as many people as you want, but only 2 players can be designated as possibility to return. So what they did is FAU, they put on injured reserve, but didn't designate him as a return player. That's what it is. Okay, sweet. Thank you, Jedi. Thank you.
All right. Oh, Jorquarius Spivey had a nice catch. Did you notice that?
I didn't. No.
It was very late in the game. It might have been the very it's late in the game. It's my second to last note. So I'm pretty sure it was He had 1 target for 0 receptions as far as my stat sheet shows. Oh, did he not catch it?
Oh, that's a bummer.
I don't know why I would have wrote that.
Just brought up a sad thing.
Yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry, man.
Oh, I wonder if he caught it. No, it says incomplete. I wondered if it was a penalty, but no, it says incomplete. We're kind of rooting for the guy because his parent, I don't know if it was dad or mom, was in our comments,
commented on the video
and really wanted him to succeed. That's kind of a bummer.
Yeah. Maybe he'll make it onto the practice squad. But the last note that I have for the entire game was they were showing Mahomes on the sideline, still like very last play of the game, still well invested, excited, disappointed, but I think he was still pretty much overall pretty happy with how the team performed.
I don't think at the very end, I don't think he was disappointed. I think he was bummed for the guys that lost the game.
Yeah, bummed. Yeah,
I think he was bummed for them,
but not like pissed off at the refs or pissed off at it was a close finish and we just didn't like yeah. I think he was just bummed of the outcome, kind of like Andy Reid probably was. But almost everything that we saw last night, I think, was positive.
Yeah, dude, it was a great positive showing and really, really has me excited, super excited for the for the season. I mean, it looks like we look good.
Yeah,
what do we have here?
Oh,
Mitchell's burst is gone at the moment. Yeah, I mean, we saw him get a couple good runs. We saw him get the TD. But yeah, I don't know what he actually has. Like, we haven't seen anything. Like, this is the first time we actually saw him be productive. Really. Like, this is the first time we saw him get over a 5-yard run, right? Or am I wrong on that?
I mean,
I think I'm right on that. But
you're at least close.
Yeah, definitely could be wrong. And you know what? You know what I love even more? If I'm wrong, tell me in the comments, guys. Tell me in the, the comments down below.
Bob loves to be proven wrong. Loves it.
Dude, I just love to be right in the end. And sometimes you have to be proven wrong to be right in the end. But
sometimes you have to go to the ends of the earth to prove Bob wrong. But
dude, remember,
warning versus watch.
And I'm still confused. I still have to look it up now. It's just the problem is like you have,
this is like a 20-year-old conversation.
We have Google now and stuff, which is glorious. Like, let's just Google that. Let me Google that for you. Like, people still get pissed. Like, I'll tell we were playing golf. I was playing golf with my dad, and he got so pissed at me because I accidentally hit my ball on the green with my putter, and I just put it back, and he goes, "That cost a stroke," and I was like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah." So I was like, "All right, you win the hole." And then while he's teeing off with his buddies, I was like, I went and looked up the rules, and on the tee box and on the green, if you accidentally hit your ball, it is no stroke. You put it back right where it was, no stroke. If it's anywhere but the green or the tee box, it is a stroke if you accidentally hit your ball. Okay? So I showed him this and he was mad. He was hot. Like, I was just like, I just wanted to know the actual right thing in the end. We grew up with teachers that were wrong, telling us things that were wrong. We grew up, and we had to go to the library and look at an encyclopedia. Like, now everything's at your fingertips. Why not look it up? It's just
so. Did you tell him? You told him, right?
Who?
Your dad.
Oh yeah. Oh, he was hot. Yeah, he was mad. I told him in front of his buddies too.
Oh,
I was like, "You're wrong. You're wrong. I got it right here." And his buddies wanted to read it, but he was just like, he was mad.
Yeah, because he knew you weren't gonna bluff him at that point. If you had it pulled up on your phone, he didn't want to hear it anymore. He already knew yeah.
Yep, and he was like, I don't want to talk about it now. We can talk about it later. I was like, all right, well, I won that hole. You owe me a quarter.
You should call him after we're done here. Be like, hey, Dad, you want to talk about it now?
Nope. I brought it up another time later, and yeah, I'd like my dad to keep playing golf with me, so I'm just gonna leave him be.
Talking to you.
I'm just gonna leave him be.
Good for you, man. Good for you.
He knows in his heart that he was wrong and I was right, and that's enough for me. I love him to death, so I don't care if he admits it or not. What else we got here? This is from back when I talked about. Oh, Easy, because it's a ball. It's a receiver. It's a ball catcher. Like just like you could replace a receiver with a tight end, like we did last year. Like we did last year, we were running some of our tight end sets with 3 tight ends because we were low on wide receiver. I mean, you can replace. Yeah, I mean, you can replace anybody as long as they're catching the ball. At least I think you can, and there's evidence to show that, but.
I don't think it's ideal.
That's just my opinion. I could
but
be
it's
wrong.
I mean, in situations like the Chiefs were in last year with the wide receiver, it was decimated.
Well, many would say that it's not ideal for your tight end to be your number one receiver, but we proved for years that that's not really the case. But traditionally, looking back at other teams and successful, playoff teams, really. The Patriots and us are the only ones that really had great success with a,
right.
tight end.
So
I'm not even sure if Gronk was the number one wide receiver on a lot of those Super Bowl teams.
that situation isn't wrong. I think what we did was prove that when you get super lucky and have 2 tight ends almost back to back, the way with Tony Gonzalez and Travis Kelce, when you have that kind of caliber of tight end, then you can have a tight end that leads the team in receiving. But for anybody else, if your tight end is your main receiver, then
it traditionally doesn't look. Yeah, I mean, we had Tony G, and we weren't great teams.
Only receiver for a long time.
Yeah, and we weren't great teams. You know what I mean? Yeah, but Jedi is definitely right. Smith versus any linebacker wins. Yeah. It's like he's nuts. Like he's nuts fast. But still, though, we have to get him, teams will see that and will put a safety on him, That's why Andy wants guys that can do both. You know what I mean? That's why McKinnon was great. That's why Williams was great. That's why McCoy was great. That's why Westbrook was great, is because they had that to trick them, And that's how you get that, linebacker in there. Because if every time Smith comes on the field, he catches instead of runs, then every time the other team, the competent team, is going to have him properly lined up with, somebody who can cover him. All right, what else do we got here? Okay, so Stanley Moody says they called Jaquarius Spivey's back. I don't see it on the sheet, on the play-by-play stuff, but maybe it's possible that
he did catch the ball, though.
They just don't put it there because...
I really feel confident about this.
Yeah, maybe they just don't put it there. Like, I'm not sure. This is the actual complete write-up from the NFL, but it is possible that they don't, it just didn't show up.
Well, he would have been the target on the play. And if it was called back by penalty, then it would have been, he wouldn't have been given credit for the catch. So it would have been 0 catches. So maybe they need better notation. I don't know, but I feel very confident that he caught that ball because I was excited about it.
Brian, I think you're saying practice squad can't be poached. They can't. They can't be poached. I think what you're confusing that with, and I always say this, I could be wrong, is that before they go on the practice squad, they have to clear waivers. But once they clear waivers, then they're on the practice squad. And I do not believe they're still signed with the Chiefs, still making money, still under contract with the Chiefs. And I don't think they could actually sign with another team if they want to at that point. If anybody can prove me wrong, I love it. Leave it in the comments. Show me, show me, point us to
I'll bring it up
where
next
we can
week,
be educated.
And Bob will get annoyed and just look it up himself. Just hold off. Jedi made a good point right after that. Said preseason just doesn't matter. LOL. I know, but I think I remember last year, the very last preseason game. It was the same kind of situation where
There's
you
parts
could tell
of
there
preseason
was.
that matters. Winning doesn't matter, but preseason matters.
Yeah. I think
Winning doesn't matter.
I think he was
agree
talking
with that.
about winning, but they definitely played more to win the game last night than they did the previous 2 weeks. And I think that happened the last preseason game of last year, too. I think I remember even saying that we were talking about it, where it really looked like that winning the game was definitely more important than it was the previous 2 weeks, where it's all about weeding guys out and seeing what they can do. HD Chiefs fan brings on a little bit of clarification here. He said, anyone poached from another team's practice squad has to go on the 53-man roster. So they can be poached, but they have to go straight to the 53-man. That's interesting. It's a really good point. I'm sure Bob's going to have something to say about that. So we'll just move on so he doesn't have time.
I think that means if they're grabbed off waivers, they have to go to the 53-man, but I don't know. All right, I'm going to put that on my list of things for research. We'll get educated together. We'll tell you guys the full answer next week. So
I didn't even have to wait a week. It was like 30 seconds later.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna make people watch me look stuff up though.
Yeah, you like to research and get into it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm not just gonna take like Google AI, word for it. I want to go read actual rules and stuff. What is 175?
I don't know.
I wish I had $175,000. Yeah, Brittingstool will get poached. Okay, sorry, I should read this. Yeah, I mistyped. I meant to say Chiefs always stash players on IR. Brittingstool is going to IR. I wonder if he's going to be one of the ones that are designated to come back, or if they just keep him on IR this whole year and let him soak things in, train with the team, like, you know what I mean? Like, just be in the facility, learn from everybody. I mean, that is an option because he was very green, but like 12 teams were interested in him, and he only came because Andy Reid called him personally, and that was the only coach to call him. So, yeah, if we don't put him on IR, he's gone. He is wavered out. So, be interesting to see. I think just stashing him on IR for the entire year would be great. I mean, look at what they did with Thornton. Thornton was a non-factor we grabbed last year. We even talked about it on the podcast. We're like, this is weird. I guess we just got a practice squad body. And boy, were we wrong. Jeez, were we wrong.
If you look at his highlight reels from New England.
That's the same thing Joe, no, from college. Joe Blameyer told me to look up his college film. He was like, dude, you won't believe what you see.
Well, no, from New England specifically, it's like his highlights are like 6 to 8 yard passes and gets tackled immediately. Like he didn't do much there. It's kind of like Mecole Hardman when he went to the Jets, just couldn't do anything. And look what Mahomes is getting out of him.
Yeah, well, when I was talking to Joe at training camp, he's like, we were talking about Thornton specifically. He was like, dude, just look at his college highlights. I think it was Baylor. He was just like, you will die. And I was like, I already did look those up, but just last week.
He went to 2 different colleges. He went to Baylor after the first college. I can't remember which one it was, but
those are the ones he specifically told me to check out. But
his highlights
would be
from
interesting.
Impressive.
If he just goes on IR for the whole year, I mean, it could be huge for him and his career. He's young. He could sit there and just learn from Travis Kelce and just, not have too much pressure put on him and everything. Really rehab, bulk up a bit. I mean, he could be something special next year.
Let's hope, because let's see, where was it? Jedi says Chiefs need a Kelce replacement soon. We're
Do
going to
we
have
know?
to. Okay, so here's what's going to happen, and I know we don't care because it's just fans of other teams that are going to say it, but we're going to start hearing that when Kelsey is gone, Mahomes is going to lose his comfort blanket and he's going to fall to pedestrian. That's going to happen. And
You are
Kelsey,
so right, Buck.
Kelsey is great. Kelsey is phenomenal. He's probably the best to ever play, but he's not the reason that Mahomes is having success.
But I think KC fans are worried because, for the last, 25
20?
years,
Yeah.
we've had an
guy?
amazing tight end.
Not the entire time, but a good bulk of it, yeah.
Yeah, like,
Top
maybe
3 all time, we've had 2 of them.
yeah. And like there wasn't a huge gap between Tony and Kelsey. So like there was like a year or two. And then Kelsey was just blowing stuff up, right? So I think that's why Chiefs fans think that. But honestly, I think Rashee Rice was taking that role over, last year.
Yeah, you mentioned that. And it looked like he was. He was the main receiver those first few games that he was in.
Yeah, I mean, we look at, Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison. We look at, we do look at Tom Brady and Gronk, but you also look at Tom Brady and Edelman. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like there's different guys, that there could be, it just like it doesn't have to be a tight end. It just has to be somebody who has that mental connection. Be the best. I'm just reading chat here. I'm loving you guys. You guys are giving us all kinds of stuff to talk about
tonight.
Yeah, I love you guys.
Oh, here we go. HD Chiefs fan. Bob, you are wrong.
Here, hold on. What's that?
Mel's the best, and Bob, you're wrong.
All right, what am I wrong about? Here, we'll see that.
I think he said that when we were talking about how to prove you wrong takes epic.
Well,
yeah,
but
I'm epic effort.
I'm not often wrong. I'm more often correct in facts than wrong in facts. Now, in opinions, I'm probably wrong all the time. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. It's my favorite quote from Dennis Miller. But yeah,
thanks for that, HD. I appreciate it, buddy.
Hopefully he clarifies. But
Brian Parrott said Pochies must go to the 53 immediately. I think Jedi
yeah, I'm trying
with that too.
Yeah, but I believe that's Pochies that went on the waivers. Like once they clear waivers, they're ours. What is this though? What is are we talking about Jay Fortson?
Jared Wiley?
Oh, Jordy Fortson is what he's trying to talk about. Yeah. Dude, Jordy Fortson could have been a star, man, if he just was always hurt. He always got hurt. We talked about him last year. I pointed out like he could have been a monster, but he just always gets hurt.
Any WoW talk tonight or just NFL?
Yeah, just NFL.
Probably just going to be Chiefs specifically. And then he said, "Go Vikings." By the way, is that JJ?
Nope. Good luck to your Vikings. Good luck to them. Let's see if Justin Jefferson can play an entire year. We're talking about that. Justin Jefferson could be the best wide receiver in the NFL if he wasn't injury prone. So Jamari Chase takes that, I think, because of that. Sorry.
Here's a good little.
Get mad at me.
Here's a good little pun. HD comes in with Jake. Bring a stool to watch from IR.
That is good, dude. Yeah. So here, hit that like button and subscribe, guys. If you guys are here, hit that like button. Get it shared out to other people.
Ding ding ding.
NFL. All right, you've got me wanting to look it up now. Damn it! Why is that not typing? Oh, I screwed up.
Stanley said 75% of the time I'm right all the time.
50% of the time. How's that go?
60% of the time, it works every time.
I think it's 50% of the time it works every time, right?
But I'm quoting the movie Anchorman here, and he says 60% of the time. We've had this discussion before, and you had to look it up on Google.
Yep.
Brian said, I'm not always right, but I'm never wrong.
Yep. I am wrong. Yeah, wow. An NFL practice squad player can be poached, signed to another team at any time as long as the new team adds them to the 53-man roster. However, a team cannot sign a player from their upcoming opponent's practice squad within 6 days of the game, or 10 days if that opponent is on bye week, to prevent gaining unfair game plan information. Okay. Wow, practice squad's a lot scarier than I thought it was then. But
yeah, I always kind of assumed that anybody could pull somebody off a practice squad.
Can the player choose to say but the player can choose to say no. If the player's grabbed on waivers, that's a guess. That's a guess. Don't take that as I'm guessing that the player can choose to say no. On waivers, the player cannot choose to say no. Like they have to go to that other team.
That's to help with parity in the league. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you for the education, guys. Thank you. I'm assuming that's what. Yeah. I'm assuming that's what HT Chiefs fan was talking about. Well, thank you. I'm glad I looked it up now so that I know. That makes practice squad very scary. Very scary.
Gary, good to see you, buddy.
What's up, Gary? You sound like my wife.
I just put that up there. It was up there for like 3 minutes. While you were looking that up.
Yeah, it literally sounds like my wife right there.
I mean, it's a pretty fair statement about your wife.
Oh, dude, no. She's wrong just as much as me. Everybody is. There's nothing wrong with being wrong, as long as you're right in the end. As far as facts go, opinions are always opinions. Respect them and don't be mean to people for their opinions, unless they're really, really bad.
Gumby Thick says, Bob, are you still expecting Wiley over Tanyan?
No, yeah. You watched our 53-man. Only if Tanya's willing to go to the practice squad, but now that I know that he can be poached, but I think he would have to choose to leave us. So if he's choosing to go, like the only way, if he got the choice, the only way he would go is if it was a contender, like if the Eagles called him, like if, the Bills called him, if you know what I mean? So yeah. I think it would be safe still to stash him, because that was our whole thought process. I forgot to put that in the script, but our whole thought process was because he's older, he's not going to get poached off of waivers. So, like, if he's willing to just wait, because we'll have injuries, or Rashee Rice will be suspended and he could get back on the roster. But yeah, the only thing with Wiley is Wiley's got a lot of upside for the future.
Yeah, he's and really young.
We are pretty stacked at wide receiver. I think Tanya is definitely the better choice right now, but yeah, see, I'm talking myself out of it now. I'm not sure, man. Like, I'm really
but
not
Wiley
sure.
Wouldn't clear waivers.
Wiley would not clear waivers. Hell no.
Probably not.
Yeah, I think he was a fifth-round pick. Right?
So to the Chiefs, it would be a better option to send Tanyan to the practice squad if he's willing to take that deal. Now, what happens if we hear in another 2 or 3 weeks that Rice probably isn't going to get suspended this year? It's going to be in 2026. Then does he want to stick around and hope that an injury happens?
I mean, an injury is going to happen, but
sure, but
that was the whole point about talking about him. Like, it's so hard to tell. Like, is he financially set? Is he super happy with the way our offense runs? And is that the reason he's had so much success? Like, is he, like all of these things are factors that are just hard to know.
Yeah.
But I do think like right now, if you want to like have somebody that gonna contribute the most, Tanyan is just unreal, man. Like he is really, I mean, he's throwing it out there, but I don't know how much longer he can play, really. Like, it's not like, whereas Wiley, I mean, Wiley could be somebody we have for years to come, could be that, replacement for Kelsey for years to come,
Careful.
Replacement doesn't mean just as good. Let me clarify that.
Okay.
It could just be like,
Right.
our starting
starter,
tight end,
yeah.
which most starting tight ends that are good makes 500 to 600 yards a season. You know what I mean? Like that's what most of them do. The fact that Kelsey's never had below an 800-yard season is abnormal. You got me an abnormal brain?
Tiston Voril says, how do you feel about everyone loving the Broncos and Chargers so much? They haven't proved anything, but they both get glazed a lot. Every single season.
Yep. Yeah.
This is every season we hear about
It's
this.
silly. It's so silly.
So, I mean, so we're talking about 4 Hall of Fame coaches now, one on every team of the AFC West. So what the AFC West is building to try to beat the Chiefs, I mean, it's cool. It brings competition. Competition fills seats. That's what makes this game so exciting. I mean, if the Chiefs won 17 games a season every year, it would be boring to watch the Chiefs. Well, it'd still be fun for me, but I mean, people would really get sick of that. So, I mean, parity
They are
only
really
helps.
sick of that. Yeah.
But I'm really, for Denver fans, Bo Nix, I think might be the real deal. So they might be in good hands.
And we
The
know
Raiders are going to Raider out. They always do. And the Chargers, can the running game take you to the Super Bowl? I don't know. I don't see it happening.
And we know Justin Herbert's the real deal. I mean, he is.
But we also know
he's-
Harbaugh loves to run the ball, and that's his biggest. I mean, they've talked about it on all of the major sports networks.
But
they're going to be a running team.
But that just makes him even more like that makes his accurate throwing, like for play action, even more dangerous. You know what I mean? It sucks that his talent's getting wasted, but at the same time, it's kind of a big boon for him, So, but I mean, it's really only Colin Kaepernick, right? No, not Colin Kaepernick. Where did that come from?
I know. I was like, what? Did he get signed?
Okay, yeah, no. Colin Farrell?
Not Colin Farrell. That's
Colin.
You're getting further away.
Gosh,
buddy.
damn it! What
Colin Mockery?
It's
That's a comedian.
It's the goofball guy that has just horrible Chiefs takes, but he has good takes in a lot of other stuff. Oh gosh. Okay, you don't know it?
No.
All right, you have failed this city. What is his name? Come on, chat, help me out. Colin Coward, thank you. Oh my gosh, so sorry about that. And sorry, Buck is just missing the ball here too. It's not just on me, but yeah, Colin Coward's been calling it for like 4 years. He's just like, I'm bound to be right one of these times.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bo Nix looks, I mean, the AFC West, that's actually the video I was thinking about making next week, or, this coming week, is like the AFC West is stacked, and just to kind of point out all the changes that they've gone through and like how stacked this AFC West team will be. I'm not sure because it seems like a lot to do, but we'll see. We'll just have to see. Our last few videos haven't been doing all that well. We're trying to figure out what people want. It's hard. But we're trying to grow the podcast, this part, which we love to do where we talk about it. And to grow that, you have to do these little short videos, which I obviously suck at most of the time, but every once in a while I hit a good one.
Yeah, we've had a few good ones.
Yeah. just I don't know. But either way, this is the reason we do this is we love to talk Chiefs, and you can't do that in a little short video. So what else we got here? Yeah. I mean, Tonyan will definitely, if he can be poached. If I'm not pretty sure. I'm guessing that you only have to go if waivers come, but you could be offered a contract if you're on the practice squad. Would be my guess. What do we got here? Big Bobby. Do you want to read this?
Oh yeah, Big Bob is a vet. He don't go to waivers. He becomes a free agent and re-sign him after they situate the roster.
Oh, interesting. That would be a workaround, wouldn't it? Like if you could actually poach him. Oh, okay, interesting. What's up, Night Haunter? New chatter, welcome to the BB Kingdom.
Thanks for dropping in.
Yeah, thanks for
chiming in.
What else we got here? Who's Gary?
Gary Holland from early. Yeah, we just put him up there. Gary isn't just a wrench; he's a crew chief.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, Gary in chat. I was trying to think of a player. Gary, a player. Hey man, you guys are all supporting us. We're small guys. You guys are awesome for coming to here and taking the time to talk with us. Yeah, we really appreciate it, man.
Especially chiming in the chat. That makes it a lot easier and a lot more fun.
And you guys are just like us, super fans. We just make a podcast, but you guys are oftentimes more knowledgeable than us and teach us things. For instance, tonight.
I know it took 5 of you to convince him to look it up.
Yeah, but I was gonna look it up after the show and then come back like I do every week and be like, all right, we talked about this, because we talked about the protocol, and it turns out you were right. As soon as somebody's, thought to have a concussion, they are now in concussion protocol. Yeah. And then what I was confusing it with was return to play protocol, which is after you have had a confirmed concussion in concussion protocol, you move to return to play protocol, and that's where you have to go through a bunch of steps before you're allowed to come back. So we're learning shit. We're learning stuff new every week, and we love it. I mean, that's the whole reason we started this. This is a fan-made podcast. It's supposed to be like chatting with your buddies at a bar, and so we're gonna be wrong, and we're fine with that as long as we all learn together. What else we got here?
HD Chiefs fan said, "You missed my earlier comment. The practice squad does not have waivers. They are still under contract. Collective bargaining agreement allows them to move to a 53-man roster elsewhere."
Yeah, but they have to now I don't know. It's either 4 or 5 years. You have to clear waivers before hitting the practice squad. That is for sure for the younger players. You go to put them on your practice squad, they have to clear waivers. That's why we would lose Jake. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Once they're on the practice squad, they could basically, it allows them to move if they want elsewhere rather than just getting grabbed. I got you. Oh, here, this is a good question.
Gumby Thick comes in with, do you guys still think Steele is a lock for the final running back spot? I was sure he was in, but I had heard that he may be on the block. He's not been that impressive this preseason. He's had a couple of decent runs. But I'm starting to wonder myself. I thought he was. If you'd asked me 4 days ago, I probably would have said, yeah, I feel pretty strongly he's going to make the 53. But I'm starting to question it.
Okay, well, I don't. I even tweeted back at Matt Yeah, Matt, Derek.
Mhm.
Like, I even tweeted back at him because he doesn't have him on his 53-man roster. He has him on the practice squad.
Wow.
I still think he makes it. And no, he hasn't been impressive on running, but they're gonna have him running. Like, he's been impressive on special teams. He's a huge body on special teams, and I really think that, I mean, it's very possible I'm wrong. That's okay, but I'm fairly confident that Carson Steele makes the roster. I don't know about Elijah Mitchell. I really don't. I don't think he's shown enough to get poached to another team either. So I don't know. I don't know that 5 running backs make it, but I think if we go down to 4 and 1 running back's out, I do think it's Elijah Mitchell and not Carson Steele, because Carson, dude, he's a monster on special teams. And everybody talked about, they're like, dude, go look up his special team stats. You have to specifically look up special team stats. It's not going to show you on regular stats. It's going to come up as a special teams tackle, like it, or a special teams even fumble. You have to look up those specific stats. He was a monster last year on special teams, and I think he's like Andy's dude that just like does a bunch of different stuff. Like, but if he doesn't make it, I wouldn't be like, oh my god. But I really feel like he's gonna make it. What else we got here? What is this?
Nighthunter says, I'm mod for How About Those Chiefs, and
Nice.
Gray is there time and again supporting Cole.
And RGR is great. Yeah, I love RGR too.
And here at B&B. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, thank you so much. All right, what else we got? You got anything else for me? I'm trying to catch up with chat. We're like so far behind here. We should probably do a little bit better about being like up to date with chat.
I think we need to start wrapping it up, though. We're at about an hour and a half.
Oh, you think we're just taking 3, huh? So Elijah and
Carson
are gone.
possible.
It's definitely possible. That's what we need. We need to keep telling people to put the question marks in there. That's what we need to do, so we can see them. You could always super chat too. We see those for sure.
Sorry about that.
Bring in
You
a
see-
defensive lineman like
Clownery?
Cloudy.
Cloudy.
Yeah. I mean, maybe like you're talking like a vet that's like just available out there that might still have a little bit of gas in the tank. I mean, Von Miller, I could have seen us bring it in. I'm trying to think if Cloudy was a 3-4 guy or a 4-3 guy. I can't remember.
No idea.
Yeah, like I know for sure. Like that's one of the big reasons FAU probably didn't work out. He was a 3-4 guy. Like K-State runs the 3-3-5, which is basically the nickel 3-4, so some guys can make that switch and some guys can't. Yeah, I don't know. You know what would be really cool though? What if we got Micah?
Micah Parsons is a big name right now.
What
man.
if we got Micah
that wouldn't hurt
from
my
Dallas?
feelings. I mean,
Can you imagine the pass rush?
wasn't
Can
he
you
one of the guys
imagine?
that said he'd be willing to sign a much smaller deal to come to a Super Bowl contender?
I don't
think
know
there
if he
was,
said
like,
that.
I think there were 2. I might have seen that wrong, but
Dude, yeah. But he's like demanding a trade. Dude, it's getting ugly with what's his name? Jerry Jones came out and said on a podcast, he said that basically Micah's agent told him to F off. Like, I was like, this is getting ugly, but yeah, it'd be cool. Do you think Gardner's the long-term QB too?
If he's willing to settle for that.
Yeah, if he's willing to stay for that, but I think Gardner might have I think he might be able to go someplace else, you know? So yeah, I don't know, but I would love that. I love his chill country attitude and just like.
Yeah, I think it all comes down to him because I think there are plenty of franchises out there that would be willing to give him at least a look.
Yeah, I think he could.
There's always 5 to 8 teams that are struggling with their starter.
Yep, and I mean, it's crazy because I'm starting to become way more invested in the people in the NFL. Like, we're talking about the 53-man cut, and now all I could think about is on Tuesday, 1,200 people lose their job and lose their dream for at least another year. Or, you know, some of them will get called up to other teams and stuff like that. But so many guys' dreams are crushed. And like, you know, before this podcast and just looking into guys so much, I really didn't think of, I feel ashamed to say it, but I thought of them as just chips on a board, you know? And yeah, I was, you know, cool with all the like big stars because like you get interviews, you get to know them, but then you spend all this time at training camp, you see these guys working so hard, and it's crazy to see how much my point of view has changed because of this podcast and because of how much I'm putting into like researching and finding out about. Like, I would have bought a Hopkins jersey had I seen the Hopkins episode of The Kingdom. Like, I would have bought one at training camp. They had a ton of them for like
They did.
for like $60.
$60, yeah.
I would have bought one because, man, his story is amazing, you know, and there's so many stories like that we never hear in the NFL, you know, and yeah, I don't want to get on a rant about that, but we probably should be wrapping it up. Buck seems like he needs to. Wait, it's Saturday night, and we're in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. I mean, do you have a date?
Kinda. My son was off at 8 o'clock when I thought he was off at 10. So it's been blowing up.
Oh, okay. All right. Then we need to, we need to end it. Guys, thank you so much for coming in. We'll be back. When are we planning on Wednesday for no, this week is going to be weird. What
there's no game this week.
Yeah, what day should we just do our midweek podcast? Should we be doing it?
Should we do
Wednesday
it on Monday
or
like we used to?
Thursday? No.
Wednesday or Thursday?
Should we do it Wednesday or Thursday? Because like I'd like to try to put a video together, maybe the AFC West one or something.
Yeah. So let's do Thursday. Seems to be less populated.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, because like, I mean, we just want times where people can
watch. Or
can like show up. Like we
in.
even moved we were doing Monday nights, and then Chief Concerns did the Monday morning quarterback. They switched it to nighttime, and we even moved our time up to 6 so that maybe, you know, it doesn't matter to us, like, but we'd like people in the chat, so like we don't want to like overlap other people.
Yeah, Brian said, "What happened to Mondays?"
Well,
I mean that's during
just
the off season is what we were doing.
It just
But
doesn't
we weren't
really
doing
work.
Mondays before that.
Yeah, it doesn't really work for the season because we do the after the show, and then we want to do one where we're like putting one out. Yeah. Chief Concerns has good content, and I'd like to watch their show live. Like, I'd like to go into it also, you know. And we just like time where, you know, it's open. So I don't like Monday. Just isn't like doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But I guess it was for this week.
That'll give us the extra day to work in the video too.
Yeah, and Cole usually goes late on Thursday nights. Wait, is it Thursday nights or Tuesday nights he does it? No, he does it Tuesday nights. Yeah, Thursday I think is pretty open. Yeah. Thursday's pretty open for Chiefs content, as far as I know.
That's what we're doing.
Okay, yeah. We'll plan on doing our next podcast on Thursday, and we'll hope to have a video out about something. Leave it in the comments what type of video we should make. Like, I'm trying to find out what everybody wants. So we've had some hits, we've had a lot of misses. But yeah. Matty Dubs, I've been following him for a while too. Yep,
All right.
I've been following him for a bit. But yeah, we'll probably do it at like 6. Yeah, we'll probably do it at like 6 Thursday. We'll do that. Yep, Gary. Chiefs Kingdom is the best people for sure. Well, so yeah, we'll be back talking live Thursday and hopefully have a video out for you. A little short one, little 10, 15 minute thing about something. I'm hoping to be inspired. And then yeah, we'll get it going. Hey, we're wearing the same shirt. Look at that.
Are we?
Yeah. Yep. I wore it to the game last night, and a lot of people asked me about it.
I was just wearing it all day today, and I usually change into a jersey before we do these, but I just didn't feel like it.
Yeah, well, I mean, full disclosure, I wore this. I put it on before we went to the game. Went and karaoke, and a bunch of people asked me about it there too. I was karaokeing with Bell after the game on 119th and Tanner's 119th and 69 karaokeed. I got to sing 23 for the first time. Now I'm 23.
I'll say this. I've known Bob for a very long time, and I'm really sad that I didn't get to go watch the game with Bob. But I'm really not sad that I missed his singing live on stage with a
I
microphone.
put your picture away, sat down and cried today. Yeah. I had a good time. I don't sing well, but I love singing. But yeah, we had a good old time. And then I went to bed, and then I got up and watched The Bear with Melissa all day. Got through 2 seasons of that. Then rewatched the game that came on here. I'm wearing the same shirt. I have not changed. I've changed hats like 5 times, but
Nice.
shirt's the same.
All right. Well, before we wrap up, you got any last thoughts?